According to a report released today by creditcards.com, 65% of Americans are doing just that. The most common financial worry expressed by 38% of those surveyed was found to be health care or insurance bills. That was followed by losing sleep over saving enough for retirement and lying awake worrying about educational expenses. The good news, 82% of those who said that they were losing sleep over money reported taking at least one step to improve their financial situation during the past year. By the way, April is Financial Literacy Month, and it seems Americans have some serious room for improvement. A study by the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority found 2 out of 3 adults lack financial literacy, and only 37% could pass a basic financial knowledge test. Justin Halverson from Great Waters Financial is here with 5 things financially savvy people do. Welcome. It's good to have you here today.
It's great to be here as always.
This doesn't surprise you. You deal with people, and your part of your job is to educate them to make better decisions.
That's right. And yeah, it's not necessarily surprising. Now, we typically help people in or near retirement, so they've typically done a good job of accumulating, and now we're helping them make that transition to retirement. But so many people today just aren't on the track they should be. And we're going to help them have some confidence today.
Let's talk about the financially savvy things. We've billed it as the 5 things. Begin with pay yourself first.
Yeah, well, if you don't pay yourself first, you probably never will. You know, if you think about it, there's so many things that come up on a given month where if you tried to say, I'm going to pay all my bills and expenses and entertainments first, and then I'll save and invest, there's never any money left. And so when that money comes right out of your paycheck into your 401k, IRA, or whatever the investment vehicle is, that is going to give you the best odds of success, because if you don't see it, you really won't miss it.
Next, you say, understand that you're on your own. What do you mean?
Well, you know, in that we kind of made the point of Social Security and pensions aren't the same today as they used to be. If you go to work at a company today, most companies will not offer you a pension. There was a day and time where the day you stopped working, they continued paying you some portion of your paycheck in the form of a pension. Fewer companies offer those, and on top of that, many pensions today are underfunded, so that's a real challenge. And we all know Social Security is a mess. Hopefully it'll be there for us, but if we plan to take care of our own financial needs, all the better if we have income from Social Security and pensions.
So the younger you are, you should not count on it, but it'd be a bonus if obviously if it's there.
Exactly.
The older you are, the more likely it's there. Diversify your money.
You've got to have your investments in a number of different vehicles, maybe equities, bonds, maybe some real estate, precious metals. You know, they always say don't have all your eggs in one basket. And so you want to have a position where if certain portions of the market are up and others are down, there's a balance there that gives you kind of a hedge of protection so that you don't lose all your money in a major market downturn.
Bite back on fees. What kind of fees?
Well, fees are important, and as a planner, I believe it's worth paying a fee to a good, solid financial planner or retirement planner in your situation. But ultimately, too many fees eat away at your returns. And Tony Robbins recently did a study, found out that the average 401k fees were much higher than expected. And what he proved was that if you pay an extra 1% in fees, it takes away 10 years of retirement income. And so, you know, 1% is kind of a good average that you should pay somebody if you're paying a planner, but you got to know what the investment level fees are, the expense ratios, things of that nature. If you get into an annuities, there could be higher fees than expected. Always know the fees that you're paying.
Reduce your taxes.
Well, you know, it's nothing, you know, it's patriotic to pay our taxes, but it's not patriotic to pay too much in taxes. And so if you're still working, finding every way to maximize your deductions, you know, 401k contributions, IRA contributions, HSA contributions, things of that nature. If you're in or near retirement, maybe you're thinking about Roth conversions, maybe thinking about donating money to a donor-advised fund or a charitable remainder trust to help reduce your income and maximize your long-term payments by keeping more of your money and sending less to the IRS.
So tax time has come and gone now. Yeah. Some folks will be getting some refunds coming back in. Is your feeling that if you're getting a big amount of money back, then actually you haven't had enough, or you've taken out the amount, you would adjust the amount that they take out, your employer takes out? Possibly.
There's a number of schools of thought on that. You know, when bank accounts actually paid interest, it was probably better to keep the money. Yeah. Nowadays, it's kind of a wash. But, you know, ideally, you don't want to owe too much at the end of the year, but you don't want to overpay either. And if you are getting a big refund, don't blow it. Pay off debt, build up your emergency fund, and then save and invest the rest.
Good advice right there. You know,
Absolutely.
to have a little bit and have some fun, but pay off some bills.
Have a little fun and think about the future.
Thank you, as always.
Thanks,
good
Pat.
advice. We have posted these tips at KARE11.com. Look into the shows tab and the news at 4.